Yo, welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. All right, so listen, you guys, I want to go ahead and give you guys some Real Housewives of Atlanta updates mixed in with some Married to Medicine updates because it's a lot going on. Listen, so first things first, let me just go with the latest and the greatest. Why is Dr. Heavenly onto Twitter talking about, oh, we need to trade Phaedra in for Kenya? Oh, we need Kenya onto the onto the Married to Medicine. And I'm like, have we lost the plot? How the young Gen Z, what is it? Gen Z XYZ child. I don't know who is Gen what. But the young folks, they be like, did we lose the plot? We lost the plot. We lost the story arc because Dr. Heavenly is on Twitter talking about some, I'm not trying to be messy or anything, but can we get at Kenya on Married to Medicine, please? And thank you. Hashtag Married to Medicine. And I'm like, I could have sworn that Married to Medicine was reserved for the girls that are in the medical field and or married to men who are in the medical field, doctors and doctors' wives. I thought that was the purpose of Married to Medicine. Why have we lost the plot? We are so focused on, and listen, I am all here for making good reality television. Y'all know I am messy. I love the dramatics. I love the spectacle. I love the mess. I love it all. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel like these women have put this reality TV show before like their actual true real lives. And I feel like they're trying too hard to make great television instead of trying to give us, these spaces that actually make sense. And it makes no sense for Kenya. Why would Kenya be on that show? And then my thing is this a shady way? Is this a shady jab at Phaedra Parks? Like you want to switch out Phaedra Parks for Kenya Moore? Like, is that what you're trying to do? This is kind of like reminding me of when Toya, first off, shout out to Toya Bush Harris and Portia Williams for ruining the surprise. They ruined the surprise that Phaedra was going to be back on Housewives. Because remember Toya Bush Harris was under somebody's comments and they were like, oh, I hear that Phaedra Parks is going to be joining them on the cast trip. Okay, so obviously you're bitter. Obviously you're throwing shade. Obviously you feel a ways. Like, and then when it was actually announced that she was going to be on Housewives, Phaedra was, I think Toya commented and was like, oh, congrats. I hope you're happy now. Okay, you had Portia under somebody's comments like, oh, I think I know what's next for you, Phaedra, and yada, yada. So they were ruining the surprise. But sticking to Toya Bush Harris, okay, what Toya Bush Harris said mixed in with the fact that now, Heavenly wants to trade one housewife in for another for Married to Medicine. It's just kind of giving like, what do y'all have against Miss Phaedra Parks? I am interested to see what's going to go down on the latest season 11 of Married to Medicine. Let me know if you guys are interested in the comments down below. Now, speaking of Kenya, while the girls are in Grenada, okay, you got Britt Eady and Shamia Morton and Portia Williams and Phaedra Parks and some of the other girls, Drew Sidora. They're all in Grenada on their big international cast trip, right? Well, Kenya is at home. Well, okay, let me not say Kenya is at home, but Kenya ain't there. Okay, Kenya is wearing a floral dress and she's out and about. It's giving Easter realness. April is over. She has her up-down hump going on. Okay, the beautiful natural hair, the gray edges, which I actually love. She's aging really gracefully. She looks beautiful. I don't think she needs the filters, but listen, that's neither here nor there. But it don't seem like she's in Grenada. Okay, it looks like she's in Atlanta or somebody's city. Okay, it's giving city life. And so I say that to say that for all the Kenya fans, she's not coming back. She's not. Now, I think it would be sickening for her to make a pop-up and kind of like give Britt Eady the business. I mean, I'm just saying I'm all here for great television, but I don't think it's going to happen. Anyways, though, y'all know I have to mix in my politics with my housewives, right? And I thought this was the perfect opportunity to do so. So tell me why Waka Flocka, his dumbass, been all over Twitter talking about how he's, doubling down on his support for Trump. I don't know if y'all remember, but he had a show in Salt Lake City, which who was paying to go see Waka Flocka Flame? Okay, I'm gonna really need to get your head examined. But in Salt Lake City, about a month or two ago, he was talking to his fans at the Salt Lake City show, and he was like, oh, if you support Biden, if you're voting for Biden, get the fuck out. What happened to all the Republicans and the conservatives, in the comments talking about why are we bullying people for who they vote for? Let people vote for who they want to vote for. What happened to that energy? Where is that energy? Anyways, and then he also has like pictures with Trump and he's been endorsing Trump. Okay, so literally yesterday or 2 days ago, he went onto Twitter, right? And he was like, he said, Trump is still my president. I don't have to stand with a red hat or dance on a stage. Is that shade to Megan Thee Stallion? For money in my pockets. Nobody pushed me in this direction, right? And then in a second tweet, he says, politics are my MO. I think that's what that means. I just want my rights, my freedom, equality. I want men and women to pay for bad policing. He says he wants his equality, his freedom. He wants men and women to pay for bad policing. I guess that means bad police officers. He wants women to have rights and to make choices for themselves. He wants teachers to be paid more. And the list goes on and on and on. And then he says, but I'm just a little old entertainer with a micro voice and no one is listening. Waka Flocka, listen, I don't know if he's the dumb one or if I'm the dumb one. But if you want women to have their rights, why are you vouching for a man that, appointed 3 Supreme Court justices which in turn overturned Roe v. Wade, giving us the right to some sort of privacy when it comes to terminating a pregnancy? I'm a bit confused at the situation. When Trump was asked about Sonia Massey, he said that we must respect police officers and that police officers deserve a little bit more leeway in court when it comes to prosecuting for the bad that they do out here in these streets, like a Sean Grayson out there. I think it's Illinois, right? Springfield, Illinois, who shot Sonia Massey dead in her face, literally dead, shot her dead. And then, now he's being indicted for first-degree murder. In response to that situation, Trump said that we must respect police officers and that police officers make innocent mistakes and they need to be protected, right? So how is it, Waka Flocka Flame, that you are on Twitter saying that you want men and women to be held accountable for bad policing and you want women to have rights when the guy that you are vouching for or endorsing is for the complete opposite? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And so that's how I know that this is a joke. You and Amber Rose and the rest of y'all dummies are a joke. With that also being said, I thought it was funny because Kenya Moore went under the comments on the Neighborhood Talk and called Waka Flocka Flame a clown. Okay, listen. I don't agree with a lot of what Kenya be doing and saying, but I do agree with that. Okay, yes, Kenya, he is the biggest clown if I ever saw one. Shout out to Kenya. Shout out to Dr. Heavenly for showing up for Kamala Harris at the rally. Shout out to Sheree Whitfield, who was at the rally. Shout out to all the girlies, Megan Thee Stallion, Quavo, and some of the other girlies. Listen, I am really, really super stoked that Kamala Harris's campaign is off to a really great start. I really am. I was scared. Y'all know I was scared. I was nervous. I was so scared to nervous, and I'm still a little nervous. But I feel a lot better knowing that Kamala Harris has she broke the record for donations in like a single day. I think she raised $310 million in the month of July. And what she had only been campaigning, what was that, 2 weeks in July or something like that? She's really been knocking it out of the park. And Trump and his team are spiraling, mixed in the fact that we have J.D. Vance. And his old comments are resurfacing, talking about he doesn't want the country ran by, childless cat ladies. I'm just so happy that, her campaign is off to a really great start. Because y'all know I was so nervous. I'm like, oh, Lord, we are, 2-3 months out? We're 3 months out from the election. Democrats don't have a nominee. I don't know if the country is going to unify, or at least I don't know if the Democrats are going to unify behind this black Indian woman. And that's another thing. Everyone's arguing and debating over whether she's black and has she claimed her blackness and this, that, and the third. Kamala Harris has claimed black for a long time. She is of Indian heritage. Her mom is, Indian, South Asian. And then her father is Jamaican and she identifies as black. And she went to, I believe, Howard University, and she is a AKA. She went to a historically black college and is a part of a black sorority. I don't understand where this is coming from. I mean, this is Trump's MO. He loves to question people's validity as far as their race and their ethnicity and their country of origin. And he did it with Obama, and he's done it with other people, and now he's doing it with Kamala Harris. And I just find it to be really sickening. I find it to be really sickening if he really wants to win the black vote. Honestly, I feel like Trump actually had a chance to win over a nice little chunk of the black vote, not the majority, but a nice little chunk, and it would be really easy for him. All he would have to do is stop doing stuff like that. You know, stop disrespecting black journalists the way he disrespected, what's her name, Rachel Scott at the NABJ, panel, convention, conference. I don't think that's how you get black votes, child. What else has he done? Like saying, in response to Sonia Massey saying that, police need to be respected and, which I do agree with that generally. Yes, police shall be respected. They should be respected. But I also feel like police need to be held accountable when they do crazy, reckless things like killing folks for no justifiable reason. And the police department then came out and said that it was unjustifiable. How is it that Sean Grayson's own colleagues are, holding him accountable, but the president, the person who wants to be president of these United States, don't want to hold him accountable? Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I don't think that's how you win over black votes. I don't think you win over black votes by trying to restrict abortion access. I don't think that's how you win over black votes, child. I mean, I'm just saying, a lot of these black people onto social media, and it's not just black people, it's all people, right? They're very vulnerable, and a lot of them don't do the research that they claim to do, okay? It's given Amber Rose. And a lot of them, feed into dis and misinformation, right? So I think, if you wanted to, garner some black votes, I actually think it would be quite easy, but it's like you fumble every time. Like, it's not that hard. And then the way he says the blacks, and then the black jobs, and the black this, and the black that, it's just kind of like, what's happening? What's happening here? Like, listen, Kenya is right. We're dealing with a bunch of clowns. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Bye.